fastest growing industry and the industry with the most eyes on it right now is definitely artificial intelligence. And with everyone thinking about this and AI becoming more and more powerful, with ChatGPT 5 on the horizon, most people ask the following question: is AI going to replace my job? This video aims to answer this question. So join me into my frame and my way of thinking about this question. As an organizational psychologist, I have to work quite a bit with AI. I work with many companies that are either AI companies or are actively implementing AI in their everyday services and lives. And so I'm very familiar with the struggle of both the employees thinking, well, is AI going to replace my job? What's going to happen? And then also business owners trying to figure out how to best use AI, and maybe even more importantly, how to not overlook a massive opportunity and then get left behind. So this question is one that I get quite often. Is AI going to replace my job? And it's a very complex one. And I think people saying something general like, no, it's not going to replace your job because AI can never do things that we humans can do, is simply wrong. It's too simple. AI has already proven that it can create images that are nearly indistinguishable, for most people, indistinguishable from actual photographs or drawings made by humans. Texts with a little bit of training and refining can no longer be differentiated. AI is really becoming more and more powerful. If we look at the steps from ChatGPT growing in its versions over the years, the steps are massive and the direction is exponential. So I would highly encourage you to not underestimate AI for sure. So even though it may be a calming and simple answer, no, it's never going to happen, AI is never going to replace your job, that one is too simple. So I was wondering, how can we dive deeper into this? Is there some way to actually look at this with more detail? For me, I believe it really comes down to 3 different versions of your job. The first version, you are doing your job alone. How well do you perform? The second version, AI is doing your job with all its flaws currently and all the weirdness and all the problems that come along with it. How well does it perform? And the third version, you are taught how to use AI, and AI is specifically modeled to your specific position and how to help you the best. AI augments your job. How well does that perform? That team. And if you look at your job and you look at those 3 situations, you may be thinking, well, I don't really know. If you don't know, I highly encourage you, if this is a burning question, don't just wait and trust other people's opinion. Get in there and figure it out. Get into your job, your specific requirements for your job, and see what AI can already do right now. Find the leading model for your specific use case and figure it out. Dive in, make it cool, get curious. Once you understand, at least roughly, how powerful AI is in your specific niche, you can answer the question roughly, and you can compare those 3 situations. Now there's a couple scenarios here for how, with your specific job, this question can be answered. Either AI alone actually outperforms or is nearly on the same level as you augmented with AI and you alone. In this case, I would highly encourage you to be careful and prepare for the potential of AI coming for your jobs. I don't like to say this, I don't like to scare people, but if that is you as an expert looking at the situation this way, it is likely that whoever is managing you will look at it in a similar way sooner or later. As an exception, if you know your employer, you know your boss, and you know that your boss doesn't really like AI and is very connected to helping people and helping the employees, maybe you got a couple more years, but you never know when leadership will change. So this is the danger category. Then you got the second category, where it is somewhat even slightly better, where you alone are already slightly better, and then you augmented are quite a bit better than the AI doing the job itself. In that case, you're okay right now. But again, AI is improving, and I'll cover some future outlook in more detail at the end of the video. So if that's interesting to you, stay tuned. So if you're in that scenario, you'll be fine for some time, likely, but definitely be aware, follow the news with AI, so you have some head start when it comes to AI actually improving further and the scenario shifting to the first one. And then you got the third one, where you look at AI currently and it can't really do your job at all. And you look at you alone with your job and you do a lot better. And then you look at AI and you can't really figure out how it can properly augment you. Likely there is some way it can augment you. I'd encourage you to figure it out. But in this case, AI hasn't really been evolved in that direction so far. So your job is quite safe. All right. Those three rough scenarios. Let's look at the future to round this off. When it comes to the future, another very important piece, another question should be asked, in my opinion. It's not as much, does AI or will AI replace my job, but rather, how massively will people in my same niche, in my same position, outperform me when I'm not using AI and they are augmented by AI? If you look at this question and you can already see massive differences, again, this is your wake-up call. Jump into this new, maybe confusing, maybe scary, maybe weird system of artificial intelligence. Get into it before you have the fire behind you and you gotta run and then get into this new system. Let me tell you from a psychological perspective, when you're calm, when you're relaxed, it's a lot easier to pick up new skills than when you're stressed, when things are already happening, maybe when there's an ultimatum. This new system is rolled out and you need to use it, otherwise you may be fired. And I do cross my fingers that A, you have quite a lot of time left until AI is coming for your job, and B, that you will find it easy to get into AI, get used to it, and be able to use it, augment it. And here's a little bonus for you. I would highly urge you to be creative. With AI being such a huge change to how jobs are done, which is the scary part, it is also opening up lots of potential. Traditional job roles, what is happening, what is being done, what you need to do, that is changing. And you can change it too. Look at AI, figure something cool out, talk to your boss, and you can break down this traditional piece because it's already breaking apart. Figure out how you can use AI to get more done, to solve a bigger problem, to help whoever you're working for more, and play it out. You got this. People are looking for it. Employers are looking for these people. The people that know how to use AI and drive this change forward because they know the change is coming. They want the change in the company, but there's resistance. They're scared. They need people like you to jump into it, to be an ambassador for AI, and augment the job with AI. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you in the next one.